Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your thing isn't on, honey. You got to put your little cover on. He's cold. The microphone's cold.
My little cover.
You are weird.
Let me put my little cover on. I'll put my little cover on the end of my microphone.
What is it called? Okay, what's the appropriate word?
It's called the
little cover?
It's called the tip cover.
You're just making that up. You don't know.
It's called the end of the mic cover.
You're making that up.
No, I do know what it is. It's
a
to
shield?
It's to block the wind.
It's a shield.
It's like a breath shield. So you go puff, puff.
It's a shield. A mic shield or whatever.
Yeah, so that if there's wind or
hot air coming from your mouth.
Oh, the French fries are here. Thank you. Thank you.
French fries have arrived.
We need some ketchup.
They're spilling over with.
You know,
Usually the ketchup is like
I'm
right
breaking
there
my
within
fast.
reach. It's not now.
Oh,
You already broke your fast.
I didn't eat all day. I know. I wanted to make it a better story. Like I'm breaking it now. At
French
5 Napkin, where Bar Crawl Radio is now recording.
I always am the truth sayer.
Well,
you can't get away.
The truth is not always the most interesting thing.
That's true. And that is the truth.
I make up a story
which is better.
Has some truth to it.
Well, you didn't have much before. You just had like a quick nibble.
All right, so you're making my lie a little more truer.
I mean, making excuses for
You're making it truest. It's not true, it's truest.
It's truer. Not the truest. The truest is truer than true.
Well, it's true-ish. That's
Truish, yeah. Truish.
It's truish.
Truish. That would be a great religion, the Truish
and I'm Jewish.
religion. I'm a Truish.
I'm
of the Truish faith.
Jewish. And I got the Yom Kippur tickets late, you know.
I know, and you paid
Paid a lot of money.
Through the nose.
And I didn't realize when I bought it, but I bought a seat at an Orthodox synagogue.
You didn't realize that?
Not really.
Oh.
I mean, I should have known because when I asked the lady, and this was like Monday and it's Wednesday, Yom Kippur.
Right. Yeah.
So I asked the lady on the phone, I said, do you have a single ticket for Yom Kippur services? And she said, yeah, we do.
Like she was surprised that you asked?
Yeah. No, I think she was surprised, like she was saying, she was checking me out.
Like, why are you asking at such a late date?
Well, no, I think she was checking.
Because they wanted to sell them, I'm
sure. Are you really an Orthodox Jew?
Oh, really?
Or are you just Jewish?
Oh.
Are you just Jewish?
Then did she like follow up then?
No, then she said.
A more pointed question, like, are you Orthodox?
No, she didn't.
So
I don't think you're allowed to do that legally to ask are they Orthodox. It's like you're not allowed to ask how people. You know how old people are?
You're just reading into that a lot, I think. A lot.
Are you sure? Because you don't sound really Jewish enough. So I got to the synagogue, and there was no tickets there. They didn't have a ticket. In fact, they made fun of me that I said there should be a ticket here for me.
Oh.
And they said, no, there's no concierge here or something. And finally they found someone in the main sanctuary, and he said, well, are you going to the main service? Are you a member?
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. Were you supposed to show something?
No.
Did they ask you to show anything?
No.
So maybe you just could have walked in.
No, they stopped me.
They stopped you, and so they wanted to see a ticket.
I didn't look Jewish enough. No, I was obviously a stranger. I didn't have the right accoutrements on.
Oh no, yeah, that's true. You don't have.
I don't have the white kittel and
the tzitzis and the.
No, I mean, well, they don't have that either.
No.
But the guy came out and he said, "So, are you a member?" No, I'm not a member. Are you? And I'm not naming the name of the Lincoln Square Synagogue, so no one knows what it is.
Okay.
All
right, that's fair.
Yeah, because I mean, I want to be fair about that because I made something that they wouldn't like.
As if they listen.
Yeah, as if they listen, right?
Okay.
Yeah, Jews don't go to bars. They don't listen to Bar Crawl Radio.
Yeah, Bar Crawl Radio,
And
they
Five
would
Napkin.
not listen.
Right.
I mean, maybe. Oh, who knows? That's not nice.
So they said, well, you get a ticket for the regular service
Is there an irregular service?
or the beginners. The beginner service.
What's the
And at that-
beginner service?
Well, at that point, I said, I've been a Jew my whole
Because you're
life.
learning.
I've been a Jew my
Orthodox
whole life, and I got
Judaism.
insulted that that they weren't letting me into the. So then he looked it up, and yeah, in fact, I was at the beginner's service.
Oh.
Yeah.
She
Which-
just assumed
But it wasn't a beginner's service at all. It wasn't like neophyte Orthodox Jews. It was filled with ultra
Oh.
Orthodox Jews.
So what does it
The
mean,
women-
a beginner service? What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe there's a third service and I didn't find it. So anyway, I sat there with men on one side and girls on the other.
This is Bar Crawl Radio, and we're at 5 Napkin, and we're here tonight to discuss.
Yeah, how are you going to say it?
I'm going to say my most significant day.
All right.
I have more than one.
I thought of it differently. I thought the best day of my life.
I know. You told
And
me
you're
that.
saying the most significant day of my life.
Yes.
We're going to come up with different answers.
Because I don't know that this wasn't necessarily the best day of my life. I don't even know what the best day of my life was. I mean, I can.
Oh, but you.
I can make some.
Well, yeah, of course you can make it up. We're dealing with Jewishness.
Okay, then there's a couple of days after that were probably, I guess I could say they were best
you have to
days.
focus here on something that you want to talk about as the best day or the
Yes,
most
dear.
significant day.
Yes, dear.
Because otherwise, like the last show, I'm going to have to cut it out.
And by the way, that music that you listened to just now
Yeah.
was Raid Ripka's music.
Ah, yeah. Not this one that's playing in the background.
No.
Boom, boom, boom.
At the beginning of our show.
Beginning of the show, it's Wade
Wade
Ripka,
Ripka.
and
The
it's
eighth-
his Neuf Neuf band.
Niftif.
It's which means 89. However you say 89 in French.
Right, I don't think we're saying it right, probably.
Yeah, Neuf Neuf.
Anybody who speaks French is going, what?
right.
What did they say?
Right, and we don't have any more listeners in France, right? They stopped listening.
Did they?
think
don't
we
think
insulted
so.
them.
No, it was
No.
the Chinese that stopped.
So best or most significant day of your life. Now, before we talk about that,
yes, I know.
and we will talk about that,
You have an agenda.
we had something that happened.
I want some ketchup.
Yeah.
I need ketchup before we have this conversation.
Okay. Okay, I got the
So now we
ketchup
have-
from another table.
You have to go like this.
Yeah, take it off the plate.
There you go.
And everyone knows that the way to get ketchup out of a Heinz ketchup bottle is you strike the label.
You stripe the 57
Yeah, right there.
on the side.
Yeah, that's what
It's an ergonomic thing. Is that what it's called? Not ergonomic. It's what's it called when it's
No, it's not
it's
ergonomic.
designed- it's designed-
It's urban myth.
but it's not urban myth at all. It's true.
I think it's not designed anyway.
It's designed
It just
so
so happens this works.
well, yeah, whatever.
All right.
It
There's a
works
whole
because it's designed
huge
that way.
glob of ketchup there, in the plate and on the bar. There we go. All right, I'm feeling better already. So our son-in-law became a naturalized citizen,
Yes.
and I came up with the idea, which
Isn't that wonderful?
yeah. He's a United Statesian because he always was an American. He was
Yes.
born in Dominican Republic.
But he grew up here.
Dominican Republic is part of
Well,
America.
he didn't grow up fully here. He was there. Yeah. Well, no, it's not.
Part of South America or Central America.
It's an American. Oh, yeah, he's an American. Yes.
Well, he was always an
It's
American.
part of the North American continent. Yes.
He was always.
Yes.
Canadians are Americans too.
That's right. Yes,
He
I
now
get it.
is a United Statesian.
Yes. Right. Right.
All right. So we wanted to celebrate when he did his oath downtown
Right.
at the courthouse. So we found out where it was, and
Well,
it was a big
Julie
surprise.
told us.
Right. Well, we found out where
Julie
it was
planned
through
the
our
whole
daughter.
thing. She planned the whole thing.
Are you going to naysay everything I'm saying?
Yep. Just about.
Jeez. I had a hard day today in the synagogue, you know.
I had a hard day.
I had
today,
to
too.
sit there. I kept looking for the pages. I didn't know where they were.
Sorry, I'm just being proactive because you're gonna I know what you're gonna do.
This was a beginner's service.
You're gonna make fun of me. You're gonna. I know where
They
we're
weren't-
going.
They weren't telling me where the pages were. So she told us where to go.
Oh wait a minute. Hold up. You had to know Where the pages were?
Well, yeah, because you're reading along.
But
You're
you
reading-
said they weren't telling you.
Well, they would every once in a while. But I had to keep peeking to the older guy on my left, right, to see what page he was on. But I couldn't see well enough, so I had to see the shape of the page. And sometimes I got it, and sometimes I didn't. After a while, I just gave up. I just gave up.
They
I
just weren't announcing it very often
No.
because they all knew already,
Right,
right?
because we were Orthodox.
And they know. They have it memorized.
I think they do.
Could
I
be.
think they do.
Could be.
So we wanted to get balloons to celebrate Kren's naturalization.
Okay, there you go.
What?
That first statement is incorrect.
I came up with the idea about getting balloons.
No, you didn't.
Come on. I think of some things.
You didn't do that. You didn't think of that one, though.
Who thought of it?
Tuli.
No, I thought of it, and she said it was a good idea. Boo-ah.
Okay,
You don't know. Ask her.
I will.
I said, how about we get some balloons? She said, yes.
Okay. All right.
And if she did think of it, she better not out me.
Oh, she better.
So you found a place near the courthouse to get balloons.
Right.
And then we spent like $50 on balloons.
Was it really $50?
Yeah, a little less. That's truish.
It's not inexpensive.
That was a truish statement.
That's okay.
Right. It felt like $50.
What was it really?
$22. Which is almost 50 in my mind.
Okay. It's okay. So
Yeah,
we have to. We have
you
to.
don't round down, you round up.
We have to modify this
Yeah.
truish word of yours
It's
to
truish.
to alatruish.
Oh, I was sure. I
Alatruish.
go,
He's eating
French
because he
fries.
hasn't eaten all day. He's been starving.
no, I'm in trouble, and these French
It's
fries are
Yom
really
Kippur, and he fasted, and
all day.
he apologizes.
Except for this morning, I had my fiber.
It's alatruish.
Fiber and a
There's
cup
the
of
word.
coffee.
Alatruish.
Altruism. Sounds like altruism.
But not really.
Altruism.
Or alatruish.
Altruism.
It's like Alan, kind of true, but not really.
Well, I donated these balloons to his celebration. I was very altruistic. Mm-hmm. So we got like, how many balloons?
We got 6 balloons.
We got a dozen balloons.
6.
All right, we got 6 really large balloons.
They were normal size.
We're not normal size.
Well, they were big. They were big, though. They were big. They were like the.
You know what? They were big because I know they were bigger than your head.
They were. They were
They
that
were
big,
bigger
but
than
they're
your
not.
head.
They were like really huge,
Right.
but they were big.
Right.
They were normal big. That's how they are, though.
They blew it up at the balloon store.
Yep.
They-
Yep. Oh my
and
God!
then-
Wasn't that a big deal, though? It was called the Balloon Saloon, and they had 6 people working on orders, and a couple of them blowing up, and it
And
was
they
like
were busy.
They were busy.
Right.
They do balloons, I think, for all of New York City. We went to the Balloon Central. Do you know that?
And while they were blowing it up, I took a tour around Balloon Saloon.
Yeah.
They have the most number of turd paraphernalia I've ever seen.
Really?
Turd paraphernalia.
Like poop
They've got,
balloons?
Like poop balloons. I mean, that was the least of it. They had like stuff that looked like poop, stuff that was
I
poop
guess
on
that's a big funny thing.
a poop a lollipop. You know, it was all kinds of poop toys.
Okay.
Right.
I don't find that
A poop noisemaker.
particularly entertaining, but
No,
okay.
it wasn't entertaining, but I thought it was interesting. They had all that.
It is
They had a whole
interesting.
section.
At least they didn't have like other kinds of like pornographic balloons or something.
No, that I didn't see. But they
Yeah.
had that turd section, and I thought
Yeah.
that was really interesting. And it felt like, I guess like how poop would feel, but I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't know. So they get the 6 very large balloons, and they put a bag over it, over the right. And he meticulously put this bag over the balloons,
And I tied it up tight.
tied it up tight, and I didn't quite get why he did it. But when I stepped outside, because
Yeah.
had me carry the balloons, when I stepped outside, I realized it was like a
I don't know
torrent
if I
of
had
wind.
you carry the balloons. I think that you just did.
I did. There was a torrent of wind. It was like a hurricane
It really was windy.
that morning.
It really was
windy.
windy. Yeah, it was
Sometimes
very
downtown and get really, really windy.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was really windy.
Right.
Okay. And then you look at the watch and you go, oh no, gotta get there, we're late.
Yeah,
we're late.
we were
3
close,
blocks away,
but
we
yeah.
gotta get there. Oh
Yeah.
no, and you
And-
got really upset.
Well,
You got really kind of like nervous. Sometimes you do.
in my mind,
Sometimes you do.
Tuli had, this is what I was thinking, that Tuli had it in her head. She invited her friend's brothers, and his father came, and us. And she, in her head, he was going to walk out
And
the
see
door
us with the balloons.
and see us all together with the balloons, and it was a big surprise. Well,
Right.
she wanted to have him to have a big surprise.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to help her make happen.
As soon as we stepped out the door, gotta get there.
Yeah.
And you said, I gotta get this bag off of the balloons.
did.
Because when we get
I had
there,
to.
the balloons have to be furled.
Yeah,
out
unfurled.
and up,
Unfurled.
right.
It's just kind of bizarre to have them in this big
Right.
plastic
All right.
shield.
It took us another 15 minutes to walk there.
Did not.
It felt like that to
Now
me. And
there's the Alatruish coming out.
That whirl of wind. It took
Guys,
us-
remember when he just said $50 and it was really 22? We were
all right, it
3
was
minutes
at least
away.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, 6
We went
at
to
the
one
most.
entrance, and then we had to
Well,
go
that
around the
okay,
courthouse
no,
to
that
the other entrance.
there you're equivocating because we were there pretty much on time, but we were at the wrong entrance.
We were there on time,
We were
but
at
it
the
took
wrong
us about
entrance.
10 minutes to get there. I swear to God. As soon as you
6.
took the bag off, the wind started whipping the balloons around.
Well, we were
They
going in
banging
and under
against
one of
each
those
other.
scaffolding
We were
things.
going in
were
a scaffolding,
and there was.
immediately,
I think it was a light. I think it was one of the lights.
pop.
Yeah, and it didn't. It,
3 of them popped immediately.
No, just one. But didn't it sound like
3 of them. Pop, pop,
There
pop.
was just one. But didn't it sound like a gun went off?
It scared me.
And it scared people around us.
Right, I made a little thing
I
in
mean,
my
they were
pants.
in like all amongst all these court buildings, and it sounded like
Pop.
a friggin' gun went off.
Sound like a gun. That's right. We were near the
and I
courthouse.
was ready to just say to people, "It's okay,
Right.
it's a balloon."
So now we have 5 balloons.
we have 5.
Right. And they're whipping around and they're being pulled. The wind is pulling them out of my
Yeah,
hands.
yeah.
If you'd only left that bag on it,
But it wouldn't have
it
had
would
the same
all
effect.
been perfect.
It wouldn't have had the same audience.
put it-
Am I
you
wrong?
pulled it off
Am
right
I
at the
wrong?
end.
My friend who's listening to me.
Nope.
Listen to me.
It made it impossible. I was nervous. That 15 minutes it took us to walk there,
Just listen to me.
I was
Julie
full of
wanted that
nerves.
to be a big effect. To have those
And then
plastic bags.
another balloon gets
would have- that
pulled out
looked
of my
stupid.
hand by the wind, and now we have 4.
No, I think Kren lost the second one and Jack lost the third one.
The third one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
when we
wasn't
got
you.
there.
You really we only lost. We had like 5 when we we had 5.
Yeah.
And then
And when Kren
took
came out
them and
and
one
he saw the
flew
balloons,
away.
He saw the balloons.
He grabbed them from you. He thought it was so cool.
No, he didn't.
He took them.
No, he was hiding them. He was trying to hide them with his
He
body.
was not.
No. They're
and
not
then
with me.
Jack wanted to hold them like in a bad way and started crying.
Okay.
And we kept telling him, they'll
All right, so
fly
there's
away, they'll
balloons.
fly away. And of course, one flew away.
One flew away.
I
and they
mean,
ended up
literally,
with-
the ribbon broke.
Yeah. Well, no, the balloon
That's
pulled
how
away from the
windy
ribbon.
it was.
Really windy. Okay. Second story. We're going to get to the best day of our lives in a second. Second story. You just had a
I might
certain
have been
operation.
the best day of my life. I had an operation. Oh, I did.
Right.
I didn't have an operation.
I talked about mine.
I'm not talking about it.
You're not going to talk about it?
I had a thing. Well, okay, but I don't want to say what
No, I
it
want to talk
was.
about the woman we met in the cab.
She had the same thing I had.
She had the same thing the same day that you had it.
I'll tell you how you have to prep. Maybe the audience will figure it out for
You had
themselves.
a prep before it.
You can't eat.
No, yeah, the prep. You know, people out there, they've done this
And you have
before.
to take, okay, here's a big giveaway. You have to take magnesium citrate to
Mm,
empty your whole body out, which makes you sick. It literally makes you sick. It gives you stomach bloating and stomach pain, and it just wipes you out.
All right. So I don't want to talk about your experience because I know you're really. See, I like to talk about the big C.
Yeah.
OLONSCOPY. No, I didn't say it right.
COLON
MIUSC.
SCOPY
SCOP.
SCOPY
All right.
colonoscopy.
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 I don't want to talk about
Forever may you hold your colon high, high, high. All right. But we ran into a woman,
it. Yeah.
a younger woman, who had her
Well,
colonoscopy just like a few minutes before yours.
yeah, she was talking to another person in
Right.
the VIA,
In the VIA.
and we overheard her, and then that person got off, and then I said to her, I couldn't help but overhear you, but I had a colonoscopy too
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
And then, really? And where were you? I was at the
I was at
Second Avenue
endoscopy clinic.
whatever, yeah.
Right.
And she said, "Oh yeah, me too."
Yeah.
And it was Dr.
Aaron,
So and so.
so-and-so.
And she
Dr.
said, "I
Aaron.
said,
I
oh
didn't say-
really? It was me too."
Same doctor.
Wasn't that a kind of
And
a
then-
weird coincidence?
It was weird.
So then she started talking about her
And giving
experience.
all the details.
Yeah.
Now, the details that
Yeah.
I thought was really interesting was the fact that she said she forgot to take off her underwear.
I know.
Isn't that
yeah.
weird? She told us.
Yeah.
I mean, I had this whole image of like,
I
her
know.
on
Now
the
I
table.
thought of
and-
her with her, her butt and everything. Is like you had to
and
visualize
then
that.
I saw that, and I saw her underwear, and I saw them taking off the underwear.
Yeah, like what do they do?
She was revealing all kinds of stuff. She told us
Yeah.
about her former boyfriend
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
who
Go
had,
ahead. Say it.
who had a colonoscopy.
No, but he wasn't. It was when he was doing the. He had to do it. Okay, so there was
It was
different
early
treatments.
on.
It was different preps, and,
Early
and
on
his
when you had to
prep
get
was
a,
an enema.
You had to get in. I remember you used to get an enema.
I never did that.
Right.
Never did that.
I mean, there's a
I
certain.
think there are a lot of people like
kind of-
turning off their phones right now. Like click.
Not
I hear them
everyone.
going off. Click, 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 click.
we don't want them anyway. It's okay. Go.
You got to be hardy.
You
got to
be hardy and hard-hearted when it comes to Bar Crawl Radio. And,
God.
and
Young
she,
people are just. They have no idea.
She said that her former boyfriend enjoyed it.
Yes.
Not the colonoscopy, but the
Well,
enema.
it made him excited.
Yeah, which makes sort of sense.
But that was
And
just
then-
so
and
strange.
then
for
she
her
went
to
even
say
further
that
than
to
that.
us. Yeah, we don't have to
'Cause
say
he
that.
got excited and
We
something
don't have to
happened.
say that. We don't have to say that.
Right, so I said, was that why you broke up? And she said, no, he broke up with me.
So she was willing to put up with that.
Yeah, so obviously it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So that wasn't the best day of your life anyway.
No.
No. So I was,
No, but it was a great day. It was a really good day.
it was a good day when it was all over.
No, it was a good day throughout. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
The colonoscopy.
Oh no, oh God.
And what are you saying you enjoyed? The cab ride home?
I had a mind
Mind
schism there.
fart?
I went back to
Oh, the balloon day.
the balloon day. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great day.
As soon as that first one
Friend-
popped,
And then
I
we
was
went out
upset.
for lunch at the barbecue place, and it was delicious.
I kept
We had fun.
reliving that pop. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I
No.
was going to say that's your problem.
So I went to psychology today. This is a segue,
All right.
and I looked up, what is the happiest day of your life? They did a whole thing on it, and they interviewed people, and people said things like this. This is a female, 43. Happiest day of my life was when my child was born. Okay. Child was born, okay.
Yeah,
I
that
can-
would be mine too.
It was also the most painful day of her life, too.
Mine wasn't so painful.
Because you had a...
Well, with Thule, it was,
With
it
Thule
was
it
rough.
was.
It was rough, but it was still happiest day.
All right, happy-
Harry and Thule, those are my two happiest days.
Happiest day, all right. Here's the other one.
For sure.
Female, 21, my high school graduation dinner.
Meh.
Yeah, but happiest day. The day I met my beloved. I mean, that's, the day you met your beloved. It's like, how did he love you?
That was what I was going to say was my most
Okay,
significant day.
that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Was it? That's it.
All right, okay.
I had a
That's
whole
it?
preamble to
Well,
it and
I
everything. I was
I-
going to describe it.
Well, I think then maybe not.
I think it was most significant day of my life. From then on, I didn't say the love of. I wouldn't say that at that moment.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't know, but it certainly turned out that way
I think it's how you
up
say
until
it.
this moment.
The most important day of my life, the most important day was when we got married. That was the most important
Well,
day
I
of
was
my
thinking
life.
that then, but see, I was.
It was
just-
not the happiest day of my life.
No. No.
Or it
was,
wasn't-
It was a
it
good day,
wasn't
but
the
it was
best day of my
fraught
life.
with a lot of.
I mean, a really good day happened when we were done with all the ceremony and we were at the Algonquin and they
That was
gave
fun.
us a suite
That,
that
was
we
nice.
hadn't paid for.
That was nice.
And then,
They gave us the bridal suite.
yeah, then going to Antigua and all that,
Yeah.
that was happy. And
Yeah.
that wasn't just a happy day, it was a happy week,
Yeah. Right.
even though you weren't happy because the mosquitoes were eating you up.
Whatever.
Right. So I would say that was, I would agree with that. That is the most significant day of my life,
Getting married.
getting married.
Yeah.
Right. And it was a day.
See, I just kind of rewound it to the day that we met. And because you don't know until later how significant that day that was.
Huh?
That started everything.
It started everything that we
I
are
was
today.
going to a movie with
Yeah.
the gang at Allen Hancock College, the theater group, and I was with all the girls, and we went to see Jesus Christ Superstar.
In the movies.
This was in the 70s.
I remember it.
We were at the movie theater, and
I
in
remember
walked
the day.
the new
New actor.
New actors. There was a group of you,
That's right.
and we were waiting.
We were
the
the
students,
hired actors.
and you were the ensemble actors.
Right.
You were the hired actors.
We were getting paid $100 a month.
And here you come in.
Woo!
And so we're always waiting to see who's going to show up, what do they look like. And here's this tall, lanky, dark-haired,
Strange-looking person. Could be Jewish, could be Muslim. We don't know. Could be Italian.
quirky, handsome guy,
Yeah.
and with these
With a Fu
super
Manchu.
long legs. And instead of walking down the row, he's just stepping over the rows.
Yeah, I still do that.
And that was it.
You were smitten.
I was smitten.
Right.
I was smitten. And
And-
like a
and-
dog on a bone, I didn't let you go.
My life began there.
You
But
didn't
I
know
didn't,
it.
I didn't know it until
And
much
I
later.
didn't know it either.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that to me that's the most significant day of my life.
Okay. All right. Let me put it this way. When you talk about the happiest day or the best day of your life, we're not going to talk about the most significant day because I think it's a significant moment. Like the wedding was a significant day.
Yeah.
But when you say a happy day,
Happy day.
you have to talk about the entire day
You know what I think? I don't even
as being a joyous day from the morning to the night.
I don't think that we can remember that.
I can.
necessarily.
I have a day.
You have a day?
Definitely I have a day.
Okay. Oh, I think I do have. I think I can say.
Yeah, and when you say a happy day, it has to be a happy day from when you woke up
Okay.
until you went to sleep that night. and
Okay,
maybe
so I can
even
say
bled
that.
into the next
I can
morning.
say that. And I don't think that they're significant days. I don't think they're, nothing. No babies were born. Nobody got married.
no,
Yeah. And
no.
I can say that then.
No,
I can
don't.
say-
I
I
don't
know.
think the happiest day of your life could be a significant day.
I know when it was.
All right, I know what
Go
my
ahead.
day was.
You go ahead. Go ahead.
All
I
right.
know you want to say it. Go ahead.
There was a day that you were preparing me for. You prepared me for this day for months.
Oh.
We were going somewhere,
Yeah, that's right.
and it was a big vacation.
Yes.
And you said, "You want me to tell you where we're going?" And I said, "No, don't tell me." And you were paying for it,
Yeah.
and you were planning it,
Yeah. It was
and
fun.
I
So
didn't
much
know
fun.
where we were going.
Yeah.
From the moment I got up that morning, in fact, from even before, I was anticipating and guessing, and just from
It was
basically
fun,
what you were
right?
asking me to put in my backpack, in my suitcase,
Right.
and even when I got to the airport, I didn't know where we were going.
Right.
And then we get to the
Because the airline threw you off, right?
it was Alaska Airline. I thought we were going to
I'm
Alaska.
like, nope, we're not going to Alaska.
And then I go up to the check-in place, and it says Cabo San Lucas.
And you didn't
I
know
had
where that
no
was.
idea what that was.
Yeah. You were not familiar.
I looked it up, and then from then on, it was like a gift. It was a total joy throughout
It
the whole
was.
day. There was no expectations.
Okay, those were the happiest days for me too.
That was the best day
Yeah.
of my life that I can remember.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And then, going up to the Hilton Hotel, which I'm not particularly a Hilton guy, but it was so
It's magical.
magical.
It was all
But it was like
open
adult
air
magic.
and-
It wasn't like the Magic Kingdom
No,
magic.
exactly.
It was
yeah.
like magical.
Yeah.
The guy comes out and there's an open bar and can I get you a drink? And even before we get out of the cab,
Yeah,
we get out of
yeah.
the car
Yeah. Yeah.
and we go up to this open, air open bar and we get to, he buys us a drink.
And it's very luxurious too.
Very
It's just
luxurious.
really pretty. and
Towels everywhere.
well done. Well done.
Everywhere.
Well
Towels
done,
and
Hilton.
cabanas
Well
and-
done.
I don't know if I go back again, but that week was
I'd go back.
wonderful.
Yeah. Me
Wonderful.
too. Me too. I'd make that.
And that day especially because I didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
So you had an idea?
Well, that week, absolutely. When we went to Cabo again and Todos Santos that week, those days were happy days. And then also too, when you said you surprised me with taking me to Disneyland
That was
the
that
first
was,
time.
That was great.
The first
yeah.
time, yeah.
Yeah, we
And
were
it
at
was-
your brother's house.
It was just.
and we're
yeah,
getting ready to leave,
Yeah.
and you were down. I think you weren't. No,
I don't know.
I just wanted.
I
to,
don't remember that.
I just
part.
wanted to do something nice for you, and I said we were in the car, and I said, "How about tomorrow we go to Disneyland?" And it's like you went,
Yes, really?
And it was the perfect thing to do.
Because I know you're not crazy about it.
No, I'm not, but you're crazy about it.
But we had fun that time.
Yeah,
We had a good time that time.
yeah.
Yeah,
Was
it
that-
was magical.
Yeah, that's when you were in the wheelchair? When you were...
No. The wheelchair thing wasn't so great.
That wasn't so good.
No.
That was the second time we went back.
Yeah,
But the first
yeah.
one, yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
And you even said it was magical.
It was. We had a really good time.
Yeah.
We had a really good time.
Yeah, you kind of saw it through my eyes.
I did. I
You
mean,
saw
our
the wonder.
getting there, and yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And the fact that it just came out of the blue.
Yeah.
So both these things are kind of stuff you just surprised, and you just go at it
Yep.
without kind of thinking about it or agitating. You just do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So-
what do you got there, Al?
So you wait a minute. Did you come up with your day? Or that was your best
well,
day.
you kind of. I mean, I was thinking that when I had Thule and Harry, those were
Yeah.
happy days.
Yeah.
I was ecstatically happy to have my little babies.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
love
Maybe
my
it's
babies.
different for a guy than this.
Maybe.
Or maybe for this guy.
Maybe.
You know, I mean,
But I agree with you about just as an adult, those vacations were nice.
I wanted to bring in home Our Town by Thornton Wilder.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Be-
absolutely.
Because at the end of the play, you remember
Yeah.
this young girl who gets married,
Yeah.
has a child, and then
And
she's
it's-
living in a small town and knows everybody in the town. And her mother and father are still around. And a second child, she dies.
Right.
Childbirth, she dies.
Right.
And she finds herself up on the hill where all the dead people are buried.
Right. She's buried
and she's,
now.
And she's
a
the
ghost.
the newly buried person.
She's sitting on the gravestone and talking to the
and
other.
she's sitting on a chair next to the gravestone.
Okay.
And that's the way it's cast,
Uh-huh.
the way it's staged. And she's talking to the other people who had died, and she knows them, and they're all, we're dead now, and we're looking at life, and we're trying to expunge ourselves from life, filtering life out of us over millennia or whatever.
Yeah, they
just
don't seem too enthusiastic anymore about what's
about
going
life.
on.
They're kind of
Yeah,
forgetting
yeah.
life and moving
Uh-huh.
on to the next thing of existence, whatever it is.
Right.
Of spiritualism. But Emily's new, and she misses life.
Right.
Life is something that she's still with,
And she's nostalgic.
and she's still there basically.
right,
She
right,
just
right.
gave birth to her
Right.
second child,
Right.
and wasn't able to nurse it or anything.
Right.
Right? And so she says, "I feel like I could go back." And Mrs. Gibbs, who was a friend, no, it was her mother.
Mother-in-law.
Her mother.
Her mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
I think.
Okay.
I don't
Says,
remember.
"Emily, you can go back. That feeling is right,
Yeah.
but don't. You'll just be disappointed."
Right.
So Miss Gibbs says, "Don't do it, Emily." And someone else says, "Emily, don't."
So.
And Emily says,
poignant.
"But I won't live over a sad day. I'll choose a happy one. A happy day. I'll choose the day I first knew that I loved George."
And she says, "Don't."
Don't. No, that's too important.
No.
You've got to pick a day that's less important than that.
Not a big deal.
A big deal. She says, "Okay, I'm going to pick my 11th birthday." That's not a big deal. It's my 11th birthday.
Right.
And she and she goes back. Everyone's saying, "Don't
Not
don't
that
do it. It's going to be a
significant.
disappointment."
Yeah.
And she goes back, and she sees her mother come down. Her mother is young now,
Yeah.
and she's so in love with this idea of who the mother was and who her father was.
Right.
Father's coming back from a trip,
Yeah.
and it's like she's seeing everything. Everything is so real and so important, and so alive. And the mother doesn't really look at her,
Right.
and she has
She's
to.
making the breakfast.
She's making the breakfast.
Yeah.
She's getting her something special
And
for
they
breakfast.
probably have to go to
and
school
she's
or
saying,
something,
"Mom,
and-
look at me.
Right.
Look at me. Really
She's-
look at me." But they're
yeah.
too busy,
Right.
right? They're
She's
just-
thinking that.
She's just no. Well, she's saying it
Yeah.
because she plays two characters. She plays Emily, who wants to go back, and the child who's there.
Who's there?
And finally, it becomes too much for her, and she says, "I can't.
Yeah.
I can't go on.
Right.
It goes so fast.
Yeah.
We don't have time to look at one another." So all that was going on, and we never noticed.
Right.
We never noticed. And then she
Right.
says, "Take me back. Take me back up to the hill. Take me back up to the graveyard." And then she said, wait. One more look. And then she says goodbye to all the things that she loved. She says goodbye to the street, goodbye to her cereal bowl. I mean, she says goodbye to those things that are we look at it and it's like it's meaningless, and it's everything. So this
Right.
morning, my grandson said, and he says it to you too, look at me,
Yes.
look at me.
And I do.
And I do too. And this morning, I looked at him harder than I ever looked at him before. I said, Jack, I am looking at you.
Yeah.
I am looking at you, and you're looking at me. And I love you. Okay. This is Barkwell Radio. We're coming from Five Napkins. Was there anything else you wanted to say?
No.
Yeah.
That's
It's a pretty wonderful play, Our Town.
It is. I
Yeah.
read it with my students,
Yeah.
and they got it. It was so great. They got it.
It's
How we just don't see it. We just don't get it.
You got to stop and look.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Hard to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, sweetie.
But I always look when Jackie says, "Look at me."
Oh, look at me. Well,
I see. I'm
look at
looking.
me.
I'm looking.
We look at each
I
other.
know. If you said, "Look at me," I would.
I know. Well, you're looking at me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you now, kid.
All right. So if you have a happy day, if you have a significant day, if you have a day where you want to share with us, please email us at barcorradio@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on iTunes and all those other
give
places.
Give us a good review
Right.
and all that stuff like that.
And so I broke my fast with French fries, and I'm going to continue to break it with a
hamburger.
five-napkin hamburger. Five-napkin.
And, yeah.
A five-napkin hamburger. Okay. I love you, sweetie.
Love you too.